Alright. Well, apparently, hey, at least one person's in here. Apparently, what I had to do was go to the computer and turn on live chat to go through here. Googly moogly. No wonder no one was joining. Hey, Cichlid King. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I was, quote unquote live for about 7 or 8 minutes, man. Nobody was joining. And then, see, I use an iPod to stream to the computer. And, well, apparently I'm an idiot, and you've got to go to the computer and hit live. I don't know how this is done. I'm gonna need some serious help at some point. Hey, DPK, how you doing? Um, I don't really have a lot of topics tonight per se. I'll explain this here in a little bit. There's a reason for that. Um, I'm just kind of trying to get these little boys to grow up. Um, but yeah, everything's working now. Googly, moogly. I was wondering, man. I thought, is somebody joining? They're gonna join the live stream. Um, all right, thank you very much. That helps a lot, man. Um, but anyway, this is one of those nights I didn't really have too many topics to talk about, so I'm just gonna leave it open discussion. Um, but I'll be happy to show you anything, and there's a few things I do want to show people. Hey, 808, how you doing? And 808, let me ask you, did you get the name of that because of a TR-808 from the 80s, the drum machine? I'm just kind of curious. I'm a musician, so I was just kind of, I don't know, kind of curious how 808 came about. That'd be kind of a neat little subject, if you will. Um, One thing I will show y'all, look how clear these tanks are. Man, did I clear out a lot. A lot of stuff. If y'all saw my last video, this is sad, people. Whoops. Oh, here it is. This is sad. Look at all that. Hornwort, Java moss, guppy grass, you name it. Probably hundreds of dollars worth of stuff, but it's the winter. I don't sell in the winter. Oh, Hawaii, area code. There you go. All right, cool. Um, well, the reason y'all might see January 16th on here, I'm going to tell you right now. A couple of my subscribers, you can see that's Java moss down there. Um, well, I've been playing keyboards since 1980. I do have drum machines. I play drums on the synthesizers. Yeah, I'm not a technical wizard as a real drummer. I try to program as a real drummer. You probably heard a few of my little songs and some of my videos I've done along the way. I think I'm alright. But the Java moss down here, if y'all saw my last video of my 29-gallon aquarium upstairs, basically I got two basketball size, at least a Java moss. And hey, happy birthday to you, bud. Happy birthday, man. Congratulations. I don't want to know my birthday next time. I hit 50 this year, okay? Hopefully you're maybe a little younger, got more to look forward to, and if you're older, that's cool. But anyway, a couple of my subs have had problems keeping Java moss alive. Okay, now I know a lot of my tanks are the exact same water parameters, mostly. Um, because I don't vary them too much. There's not rock and wood and other things that throw everything off. Um, but the reason being, I've sent Java moss, to a few people, and they can't keep it alive. They says, well, it turns brown. Well, I expect that. I mean, think about it. If I'm shipping in a container, hey, 35. Oh my goodness, dude, or 30, yeah, 35. Celebrate that. My best years were late 20s to late 30s. I had a lot of fun back then, man. That's all. I'll leave it at that. I'm going to show you some containers. Just hang in there. Hang in there. I'll be right back. Good, like move. All right, I'm back. But yeah, definitely have a good time. Good. Yeah, nothing wrong with 52. Good question, DBK. Um, with pH in summer versus winter. Well, I do have some tests I'm going to be doing soon, and be able to answer that. Water-wise, yes. And the reason being, as you all know, TDS and pH, come out of your faucets. And I know Florida is typically hard water. And I know I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. Hey, Susan, how you doing, sweetheart? Good to see you. I've noticed in certain times in the summer, the chlorine and chloramine levels will go up depending on when the city wants to flush the water. Okay? Sometimes they flush it, and you got to be real careful. That's mainly why I keep something like that and that filled up. That way it stays in there about a week or so and kind of off gases, if you will. But yes, I've definitely noticed chloramine levels go up. Now, in Louisville, we have both. I know a lot of you all may only have chlorine. That's why I swear on Prime. Okay? It removes chlorine and chloramine. I know that, a lot of people have Tetra or other type starters or this or that, and it only removes chlorine. Now, Tetra Plus and others, maybe everything nowadays removes both. I don't know. But the pH does swing in the summer, fall, winter, simply based upon what they're flushing through the systems. I can go anywhere in the summer from 8.1 to 8.2 out of the tap, and then down at other times to 7.4. So hopefully it helps answer your questions a little bit. And again, if any of y'all had missed this, um, I'm doing a test down here. If any of y'all caught my last video, that's Java Moss. Okay. And Susan, I'm sorry, I missed a couple of your live streams. I apologize 100%. Okay. Not that I meant to. It's hard for me to catch your early Fridays, and sometimes your Tuesdays at 7's a little too early for me because I'm in the middle of things. But I'll catch up with you. But anyway, a lot of people say with Java Moss when I ship them, that they. And I typically ship them in cups like this, 4 ounces, for pretty cheap. I don't know, $3-4. But keep in mind, depends on how it's shipped, whether it's in. By the time it gets to you, Java Moss typically seems to brown up a little bit and die off, if you will. But then it starts coming back to life, usually. But keep in mind, every water is different. If you put Java Moss from I don't know, an 8.1 pH into a 7.2, it's going to shock it, like any plant. And as y'all noticed, I have cleared out a ton of plants. A ton of them. And I've kind of, look at that. So sad. So sad. But I had to, because this stuff was grown down to here and you couldn't see any fish at all. Now, the ones I have not cleared out is this one, because I've got the baby. Yeah, those are pretty. I'm still trying to get those little boys up. I still don't even know what I'm going to call them. I believe they're albino mosaics. I don't know. So I'm still trying to get those guys going. And you notice down here, little Buddy Eden. That's just because before everybody got on here, I fed them spirulina pellets. So if you see catfish munching, that's what they're munching on. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, definitely hit the likes if y'all want to. Um, but I'm kind of rambling on. So if I got off subject, I'm sorry. But to answer your question, DBK, I personally see changes, yes. Um, and I'm going to keep testing my TDS meter since I got it. I'm going to work on the pH meter. And then I'm going to take the pH meter and compare it to, well, everybody should have one of these, man. Please tell me you have an API test kit. Don't look at those red colors, okay? Those are some old experiments I was doing. Yeah, red is bad. Red is not good. Yeah, they're decent size. You know, I had somebody this week order 4 or 5 of my branded foods. I also carry brine shrimp pellets. The catfish seem to love them though. See if we can capture some more eating here. Usually, those are supposed to be my Hawaiian. Yeah, there's a catfish eating down there on the pellets. At least one of them. I think there's 2 or 3 in there. Hard to say. Those are supposed to be my Hawaiian blues. I don't know. Let's take a journey and see if they're, oops, eating in these tanks. They should be. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. And it's too hard to get down there. I don't have enough light in here. That's my half black reds, and y'all have seen those before, and half black blues. Yeah, there's things down there eating. You can't really see it though, because I'd have to move. I don't know if I can move the light. Yeah, there you go. Catfish. They love them, man. Yeah, they're one of catfish. Cosmos. And here's the other foods I sell. The brine shrimp pellets. They're good. I guarantee these always sink. Now, what doesn't always sink is, I really hate to show the name here, but I'm going to show it. I bought these, and matter of fact, Michael's Fish Room had bought the same thing from this company. No problem. I only find about 50% sink, if that. The bag weighs a ton, but half of them float, half of them sink. And I guess that's cool. You know, if you want, you know, your, I don't know, top water eaters to eat some stuff, you know, sure. You know, that's cool. Yeah, I don't have a fluoride test kit. I've only got what came with the API, plus I have an extra. What is the 2 extra you got to buy? The GH and the KH. I bought those, and then of course I've got the water hardness meter, which is a lot like this one. I've got to test it out. And I need to test this compared to Susan's, because I don't believe this thing's probably junk. My sister-in-law sent it to me. There's probably no calibration fluids or anything at all. So how accurate this is going to be, probably not. But I'll compare it to the API test kit. And at least if it's not accurate, but it's reliable, which gives consistent readings on certain tanks, and I compare it to the pH, at least I'll know at that point, yeah, knock off, you know, 1.2 pH, you know, per tank or whatever. Yeah, who knows. Not Noah Jane. Hey, this is for you, sweetheart. All right, you see that? This is all for you. See January 16th, Noah? All right. I put the Java moss down here, and I'm going to monitor it for the next couple weeks. I'm going to film it over time and see if it turns brown, which I expect it might, and then it should turn green again. But the difference is between you and I didn't ship it. And all my tanks are probably pretty close in water parameters. So that is definitely for you. You inspired me to do that one. Yep, I need to get some distilled water. I did read that somewhere. So, um, you know, I'm kind of like an idiot learning a lot of things as I go. The more technology gets, and blah blah blah. I mean, there's some things I know. I know guppies. I don't know live bears, but I know guppies. Okay, I know what water temps they need. I know the hardness. I know, um, that's why you see scattered on the bottom, scattered oyster shell. I try to keep all the parameters up. I know water changes. I know a lot of things. Things I don't know about is when you get technical, about fluoride test kits and all that. But I'm always going to read on it. Always going to read on that. All right. Ooh, I got a new subscriber, Chattanooga Ed. All right, thank you. Hey, Sierra, I didn't even see you up there. How you doing? Sierra or Sarah? I'm an idiot. I can't pronounce nothing, man. I'm just an idiot. Sierra's been, matter of fact, I think some of these are her fish. I got originally, I believe. Sadly, I lost the adults, but you can see the bottom one here. It's got some red in the tail, and I love it. I love it. And I've been feeding these guys, trying to gut fry them with live brine shrimp. And, trying to get them to go, man. Trying to get them to go. Alright, DPK, I got you. Oops, the catfish got in a little fight down there, the little bristle noses. I'm almost certain that's a female and that's a male. Although I'm not seeing any spawn in there, I've gotten spawn in other tanks. Oh, there is that's Ginger. She passed away. That was the Fancytailaquatics mascot. She passed away in was it October, people? I don't know. I did a video on her. And it's sad. She was my snuggle bunny. She was the only rescue cat I've ever had. She had bad allergies. I mean, every rescue cat I've had, gimp legs, diabetes, where I had to give them 2 shots a day. I rescued the cats no one else wants, and she was my snuggle bunny. She would lay in bed with me. If she decided to clean my hands, she would lick it to death until it hurt because they had those raspy tongues. She would jump in a chair with me, even though she weighed about 75,000 pounds, and take the breath out of my stomach. I couldn't move her. Yeah, she's gorgeous. There's a couple tribute videos on her, and I miss her. Now, Donut is the new mascot cat, but he doesn't make a whole lot of rounds down here. And if you are asking me, why is his name Donut? Because when I went to rescue him, his sibling was called Duncan. So they called him Donut, and they spelled it D-O-N-U-T on the adoption papers. So not D-O-U-G-H, whatever it is. So he's Donut, and that's the reason he's called Donut. He's a beautiful, beautiful cat, baby-faced. Some of y'all have seen him. And he's gorgeous. He is absolutely freaking gorgeous. I'm going to just point this on one of my... That is simply nothing but my mutt tank. Those are throwaways or fish I did not deem or find deemable to sell. But what I'm going to do next year, I'm going to start selling mutt. Look at that one. Did you all see him with the little red spots? He's that purple one. You got the little red spots on his tail. Now, I've got a guy that's going to come and pick up a bunch of these tomorrow. I'm going to keep him away from that tank and try to drive him to other tanks. I believe those guys are sellable. You're never, ever, ever going to see those in a pet store. All right? Ever. I just don't know a decent price and selling point to do them next year. But I'm just kind of letting them naturally do whatever they do and go off in there. Yeah, Kitty Heaven, I hear you, brother. I hear you. Donut gets on top of the tanks. Ginger used to stare. Thank you for remembering. No, that little sucker, he gets right on freaking top of the lids. And then I'm so scared he'll get burned, by the lamps. He don't care. Generally he stays on the lower ones, down there. But he'll get on top, but he doesn't really stare. He just likes to get on top and stare downward. No, some of those are remnants of my half-black pastels, which are black and whites. Some of those were pure purple, and now they've taken a half-black body. Some of those reds were not looking like that. These have mutated over about two or 3 year time. Some were albinos. You can see an albino right there somewhere. And that's a female, so who knows what it's going to have. But things you'll never see, like this half black. That was a half black albino with a red tail. And that's a male. You'll never see that. That's a combination of 5, 10, 20, 30 generations over the years. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tanks like that, roughly. There's another one. It's just hard to see. You'll see some with yellow tails down there. Uh-oh. Oh, let's not do that again. See? I didn't have it locked in place. Googly muggly. Oh, brother. Susan, I've thought about that. I need to, I need to build a rapport, if you will, with my local fish place, and I've been wanting to talk to him, the head guy, and say, hey, look at my videos, because the main fish store here, Sandy's in Louisville, they sell what's his name, Dustin. Y'all know Dustin's fish tanks. Not a huge fan of him because he's kind of loudmouth, brassish, but they do sell his plants there. They sell his fertilizer there, and other things. So maybe I can work on something where they might be able to carry my fish food for a certain price, and maybe host a lot of these type fish for credit or whatever. I just got to work something out, and kind of go from there. Hey Cody, how you doing? All right, I'm just taking a breather for a second here and grab a beverage. So anyway, here's what I want to know. A lot of y'all see my past videos. Give me opinions on the last couple weeks. I mean, I don't know. Did y'all see my rant video about the 5 things I don't care about fish YouTuber channels? That was a little controversial. I'm going to tell you that right now. I lost a bunch of subs over that one. I mean, do we speak our mind, or are we always supposed to be the politically correct person? I'm kind of in the middle. I want to retain viewers, obviously. I want to retain people that enjoy watching my stuff. I want to retain, everything. But man, once in a while, I sit there and stew on something for weeks and weeks and weeks. And I'm like, the story's got to be told in my opinion. My opinion, right or wrong, man. It's just got to be told. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know. What do I know? Trip selling guppies like $12. Okay, all right. Um, yeah, Dustin has I say one or two different brands. I saw it there. I believe one was a liquid fertilizer, one was a solid, I want to say, in bags. I'm not sure. If y'all want to go back, and this was probably last year, um, I went to Pet's Palace. No, 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 sorry. Sandy's Fish Shop. I think I filmed there twice, and you'll be able to see his plants and his fertilizers. Otherwise, just go to Dustin's Fish Tanks. I'm sure he's got a web channel and then I'm sure on his channels he's got links. Ironically, he only lives about uh, 60, 70 miles from here, maybe 80. You know, I could easily visit the guy. I've talked to him before. He's just, again, just a bit much for me. So, I'll leave it at that. Hey, Cody, thanks a lot for subbing, brother. Anybody that subs to me, after I'm done with all this stuff, I will be sure, to sub back to you all. Keep in mind, I'm on an iPad, okay? This is transmitting to the computer, and the computer is in a room completely unfish related. So, so I can't instantly go in there. I can't type links and all that stuff in here. And again, if YouTube takes this away from me, as far as, oh, that one with purple in it is beautiful. Oh, where'd he go? There's a male with red dots. It's a purple Moscow. There he is. Well, that's one of them. But one of them's got two red dots in there. The guy that's going to come and grab some of these from me next week or whenever he comes, I'm going to hide that from him. I'm going to put that in a different tank. That boy's special. Some of these are just great. Let me get back on track. Yeah, thanks. And again, yeah, Susan. Yeah, he's in Lexington or Richmond. Uh, I know he's between Richmond and Lexington. I forget exactly where, but he's not too far from me. Um, you know, again, do I really debunk water issues? I think I do, or at least in my opinion. That's all I'll do is when I give my opinion. If I'm giving you my opinion on Prime versus Tetra, or I give you my opinion on calcium, or my opinion on this and that, um, I can't say I'm 100% right, but at least what I do is I test and test and test again. Um, the biggest haters I get is over my Prime video, but yet it's got one of the most views of any of the videos I've got because people want to get on there and just argue with me about it. And fine, whatever. It's getting me views. I don't believe I'm wrong, at all. Um, I do test after test, and when I do test after test, when I get something that's red, which should not be red, over and over and over and over again, then guess what? Here's another test tube. I rerun the test. Okay, if that's not done, then I rerun. I won't grab any more test tubes out because every time I do, I freaking drop one. I'm down 4 test tubes this year, people. Y'all want to contribute to me? Buy me some freaking test tubes. Oh, googly. Hey, Mob, how you doing, buddy? I've been meaning to catch you live, and I've missed you the last couple of times, just like Susan. I'm trying to get there, brother. It's just, yeah, thanks a lot. Purple Moscows are great. Man, the problem is I'm subscribed to literally 200 fish channels, people, and to try to catch everybody every time y'all go live, I'm doing the best I can. And half the time I'm filming fish videos myself or whatever, and I don't plan to go live much, just probably every other Friday, if you will. Because I felt every Friday was too much. And plus, you know, I don't get a ton of people watching on Fridays, I don't guess. Um, yeah, yeah, you're right. And I'm googly moogly, and I probably cursed in one of them. I've broken on filming videos because I don't really edit those things out because, why edit that stuff out? Why? Because people want to see you make mistakes. Like that. Googly moogly. All right, hang on. You know how many times I've flooded this basement because that stupid little pipe was not where it needed to be, or it fell out, or I forgot that, I went in the other room and forgot. Pantyhose, people, pantyhose. I've got 4 or 5 videos on pantyhose. Watch pantyhose. You want to have pantyhose. Look, even on the intake and the outtake, keeps fry from being sucked in. But yeah, I've literally left rooms before with those in there and come in here and a tank be down to here because I forgot. I'm not googling, wiggly. I don't know. I hate to plug brands. Hang on a second. But I will plug one brand because it works. Okay? Again, I'm not, take it or leave it, man. But I honestly don't dose nearly as much as I used to because I believe, honestly, with enough water changes, you get the copper and the nitrates and you get everything you need from a water change. Traces of copper, traces of this and that. So I think if you do enough water changes, it certainly benefits you. It can't hurt. Again, if any of y'all now on the opposite note, if any of y'all see my video on the basketball size of Java moss I have in that 29-gallon aquarium that can't possibly hardly hold anymore, I've let that run for a year, and that tank has only had top offs, believe it or not. And there's probably at least 150 guppies in there, and I don't have die offs. I don't have any snails now, but I don't feed them a lot either. I only feed them once or twice a day because I don't want them to, ungrow. Hey, Miss Griffin, how you doing? So, again, take my opinion. These are just simply opinions. Would I ever let this thing, with 2 bristle noses and these fry, and let this go for a year and not do water changes? Absolutely not. It's a 10-gallon, man. But the 29-gallon I have upstairs has literally been cycled for 11 years. Now, the question is, do you actually get any more beneficial bacteria over time? I don't know. But it has 2 HOBs on the back. None of my other tanks do. These are simply sponge filters. Okay? That's all they are. Just old sponge filters. All 6 tanks are operated by that one. These 2 by individual ones. Those 2 by an AP100. And you see that puts out a freaking lot of power for 220 gallons. So, I don't know. I just don't know. Doing well, Miss Griffin. Doing well. Again, what do I know? I don't know, people. What do I recommend versus what do people do, or what should you do? That's up to each and individual, every water keeper. Okay? Your fish parents, your water keepers, whether you have 1 tank or 4, it's up to you. And if you're like me, and over the years and years, hey bipolar, how you doing, buddy? And over the years, if you see fish die off, you know you're doing something wrong. If you see a massive plant algae growth, you're doing something wrong. I don't know. Is it because it's in direct sunlight? Is it because you got your light on for 20 hours a day instead of 8? Is it because there's not enough water flow? Is it because not enough water changes where, you're getting rid of excess nitrites and nitrates and, whatever you've got going on? I mean, there's always a freaking reason. I can have, and look at this, man. Every aquarium in here is completely different. But you'll notice there's not a whole lot of algae growing. Okay? That's because live plants, people, live plants take up the, oh, googly moogly, I'm losing my mind. Nitrates, is it? Is it nitrates or nitrite? Let's see. Ammonia, nitrates, right? I always get that freaking confused. Yeah, nitrate. Okay. I had to look at my cheat chart. Alright. There it is, people. Here's my cheat sheet. If you want to know it. I knew I'd come up with it sooner or later. But live plants help take it up. Does that make you... Do you have to do water changes? You absolutely do, man. Usually. Okay, again, I've got a 29-gallon aquarium upstairs that says you don't. Now, to be honest with you, have I really measured the water levels? No, because I've not seen nothing dying. So, to make it up for you all, that'll probably be a next video or two down the road. I agree. I think spine issues is bad genetics, age, and I also think bad water. Mom, I really do. I'm a firm believer it can be bad water. But again, that's my 2 cents worth. Don't know. But bad genetics, the older they get, the more possibly they have. I don't have a lot of bent spines. Oh, there's that beautiful purple. See with the little 2 red dots on his tail? Tell me that's not gorgeous, man. That's a purple Moscow with 2 red dots. Crazy. Not really. The purple Moscows have kind of become what you're seeing in here. So I am trying to rebreed them and separate them all. Problem is, I'm an idiot. I sold a ton last year. They were fine until about September, October, if you will. I kind of quit paying attention to them as much because they're in the bathroom. I did a video once called Live from the Bathroom, but I don't think I had those fish at that point. And I kind of quit watching them, and I let them go all to crap. So they are purplish, they are bluish. Some have the defects like I showed you, and some are more like, this type of guy. You know what I'm saying? Where it's kind of blue and purple. They're not the deep, dark purples that I had, so no. Which is a sad shame because, oh my goodness, people. I sold 12 pair last year at $70 a pop, so, or 12 trios. So, Lava Rock is awesome. I've been thinking about getting some, and kind of going from there. Calcium could have something to do with curved spines. I don't know for a fact myself, but if you believe that, that's what you've seen, then I certainly won't disagree, because what works for me and what works for other people may not work for everybody. From what I've seen, it's bad water, not doing enough water changes, or genetics. Too much inbreeding. Way too much inbreeding. And that's another problem. I'm going to have to wrap this up here soon. That's another problem with me, is a lot of times when I get my source material, where it's the deep dark purple Moscows or the Hawaiian blues or whatever, a lot of times it's a one-shot deal. You get them, you can't really get them again, or it's very, very hard to find another person that has them, where you can swap out genetics, and then you're good to go for maybe 5 to 12 to 14 to 15 generations, and then they start interbreeding too much. And if you can't outsource or insource new material, you kind of get hosed on that. And that's why a lot of times I'll have great stock. Matter of fact, this is the only stock I've ever had. This is 5 years running. Is the blue metalheads, and they are still as pure as driven snow. Now I've got half black reds and half black purples over there. They're still, well, some of the half black purples are actually throwing deltas, which is cool because the bottom tank down there is supposed to be a delta tank. So maybe I'll start rebreeding them in there. So all right, let's see. How's that? All right. Yeah, good question. Can you actually add coral calcium to the water column or coral calcium powder? I have no idea, and hopefully DPK can answer that. Yeah, no problem. Thanks, Miss Griffin. I'll be wrapping up shortly anyway. I don't know. I use for my calcium, I use what did I show in the other video, or did I even show it? I believe I use crushed oyster shell. I believe that's it. Now, I have articles on there. I'm going to do an informative video on that soon. There's actually an in-depth study from a college on how much calcium crushed oyster shell releases over time. Now, I'm trying to break that down to layman's terms. I understand it all, but the common person be like, well, what do you mean over 4 weeks and only breaks down to 1 kp23, whatever. So I'm trying to figure out how to break it down to layman's terms, and then it goes in kilograms and this and that. I'm going to have to convert it to English. Well, most of my viewers are probably from the USA, so I'll have to convert to, I don't know, maybe grams or ounces, things that we understand. So that's going to be an upcoming. Yeah, Cuttlebone works fine. I think Cuttlebone goes in the tank fairly quickly. I used to use Cuttlebone, and I've actually right here. Yeah, it looks like a drug addict. No. The spoon is not for cooking anything. These have no needles in the end. They're for dosing. That's Fancytailaquatics stuff. Right there. Crushed Cuttlebone. Oops. Yeah, right there. And I used to just dump that straight in the tanks. Hey, look at that. One of Corey's filters down there. Yeah, for a second y'all thought I was shooting something here. No, I don't think so. Googly muggly. Oh, brother. Woo. Yeah, eggshells, that's another good thing. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people do a lot of things, but like I say, my in-depth study, and see, the problem is when I do things like that, most of those in-depth videos I do, people watch about 3 minutes of it, even if it's a 15-minute video, and turn it off. So in other words, you're never really going to know what the true analysis is. Because most people, I guess they get bored and they're like, I don't care. I just do a water change and whatever. Okay, fine. But, when I spend literally 2 weeks putting together slideshows and, actual analytical evidence and backing up with college papers and things like that, man, after a while, some of those things, I feel like I despise doing because I know they're going to be the least watched videos when I think some of those videos are the most coolest videos I've ever done. So, you can't win, you can't lose. So, I don't know. I mean, some of my videos, I might as well just put Howdy Doody up. Just call it a day. Because I bet more people would watch that than watch me. So, live anyway. So, I don't know. I don't know, people. But for sake of argument, my biggest video ever, I'm going to be wrapping this up real shortly. My biggest video ever, if y'all have never seen it, and sadly, I'd like to redo it. I just don't know how to top it to make it more modern, was my Parasites video. Um, I don't know how many thousands and thousands of hits that thing has, but Parasites in the Aquarium, and that's understandable because, I mean, I matched picture by picture, symptom by symptom, how to cure it. Um, and the sad part about that video, 85% of all the people that watched it are not subscribers. So, that's another thing. I look at analytics a lot. Like, how many of my videos are meaningful to you all that sub versus meaningful to the internet? And some are not meaningful at all, which means subs or randoms. I get a ton of my views from Facebook. A lot of my views from Google, believe it or not. Because maybe somebody typed in Parasites in Aquarium. Bam! It takes you to a channel. They might see 15 different YouTube channels. I don't know where I rank in the list, but maybe they just happen to click on mine. So it's all a crapshoot, really. So I don't know. Well, there you go, DPK. I think you're definitely head on there. Matter of fact, maybe now I don't have to spend 2 weeks doing a slideshow to tell you that, and how much it leaks out over time and into sample containers and what to expect and how much to raise your calcium levels and whether it affects the pH and all that. Oh, brother. It definitely, hard water fish, you want hard, or, guppies and anything tropical, most things tropical. Well, live bears, I'll say that, live bears. Yeah, you want hard water. Whether it's hindlers, guppies, mollies, swordtails, platies, hard water. I believe bristlenoses handle a pretty good amount. I think cories are fine. Obviously, you have shrimp. That's probably anything outside red cherry shrimp. Neocaridina, whatever they call them. Yeah, you're going to need different water parameters, a lot of other things. But anywho, well, hey, how you doing, Alien? Here's the thing, brother. I'm about to wrap it up. I bored too many people tonight. But anyway, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for staying and watching. Hey, Nola, again, this is for you. Okay? And I'm going to keep monitoring the Java moss. And I'm going to do probably a small video on it every 3 to 4 days. And then maybe after a month's time, I'll have about 5 or 6 minutes worth. And then we'll kind of go from there. I want to see if it turns brown. I expect some die-off. But again, my situation is completely different. Basically, I went from an upstairs tank. Now, keep in mind, that never gets water changes. Where these get water changes regularly. Okay? So, it probably is a different pH, different TDS. I need to go measure all that. Can't wait to put that bad boy to use in a future video and check the TDS. But I expect it to turn maybe a little brown, and after a while, it should grow green again as it adjusts to the water changes. But then again, I didn't put it into a cup and ship it out, in USPS mail and all that good stuff. All right, well, that's it. My time's up, people. I'm sure somebody comes on at 9 o'clock. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for taking the time to watch me, to invest in my interest, even though I am boring, man. Hi, Ginger. I miss you, sweetheart. Even though I'm boring, hopefully I brought a little entertainment to your life. And it's Friday at 10 o'clock, or 9 o'clock, so, alright. Thanks again, everybody. I really appreciate everything. And I always have a problem figuring out how to hang up. Love each and every one of y'all. Please thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, I think I'm going to be out of here. If I can figure out how to do this. I can never figure out how to do this. Finish event. Alright, thanks a lot. Later.